Hello everybody and welcome to the TTVJ YouTube channel. Today we're going to talk about one of my favorite little integrated amps, the SQ-N150 from Luxman. The Luxman SQ-N150 integrated amplifier is part of Luxman's Neoclassico 2 series of products. It's always been intriguing to me. I owned one a few years ago. I really liked it. And I had a customer call me and he was in desperate need of one very quickly, and I parted with mine. But as you can see here, I bought a new one recently, and I'm going to do a little review of it. One of the big draws for me is that this little amp has some very special features and is very versatile. It serves very well in my second system and is surprising in what it can do as a 10-watt tube amplifier. The 10 watts is probably a bit understated, as it seems to put out a little bit more wattage than that. It has a typical 1% or less total harmonic distortion rating for a tube amp. What I found the SQ-N150 ideal for is small listening room, or in a second system, or in a near-field listening setup. It's also not bad in a desktop setup. Efficient to middle efficiency speakers work best. We use both the ATC SCM7, which are 84 dB sensitivity, and the Dynaudio Emit 20, which are 86 dB sensitivity with the amp for this evaluation. Speakers with over 90 dB efficiency will work even better. I just didn't have a pair of those available for this review, so we went with the Dynaudios and ATCs. The SQ-N150 has a small footprint and measures in at 11.7 inches across by 7.4 inches deep and 9.9 inches tall. This makes it ideal for small spaces, small audio racks, and even desktop use. Though a smaller device, don't mistake this amp for a toy. It is built extremely well, looks fantastic, and weighs in at over 27 pounds. It also, being a tube amp, gets a little bit warm, so if you're using it right next to you in the middle of summer, it can create a little bit of heat, but it's also ideal here in Montana in the winter to sit next to and warm your hands on. The styling of the SQ-N150 makes it very attractive and pleasing to both the eye and the ear. The lighted VU meters add a touch of the past and a class look to the unit. It looks like a premium product and is built with premium parts. Just picking it up gives you an idea that it is a solid, well-built amplifier. The features included with the SQ-N150 include an MM phono stage with an input impedance of 47 k ohms and an MC phono stage with a 100 ohm impedance. Plugging my turntable into the phono section using a Grado Sonata 3 for my MM testing and a Shelter 501 Mark III for my MC testing, I was impressed by both the presence and the richness of sound I heard. It is a well-balanced and seductive phono stage and very easy to listen to. As a vinyl junkie and one who listens to vinyl a majority of the time, a good phono section is crucial to getting the sound right in your vinyl listening. This is an above-average phono section. Luxman did a fine job with this feature on an amp that doesn't break the bank. A separate phono stage would set you back over 1K to equal or improve on what is supplied in the SQ-N150. Also on the amp is a headphone section. It too delivers very well and hits above the price of the unit. I found higher impedance headphones sounded best, but there wasn't really anything that didn't sound good. Full warm sound proceeded out of the headphones that I had tried. What I did use were the Sennheiser HD800S, which can sound a little sterile on their own, but this kind of warmed them up, gave them a little warmth. The Mez Elite, the Virum Audio Virum 2, and the new Grado HP100 SC all sounded great in the SQ-N150. Plugging into the headphone jack engages the headphone output and silences the speaker outputs. Unplug the headphones and the speaker outputs are again engaged. So let's take a look at the SQ-N150's rear panel. The rear panel has the power input on the upper left. A power cord is supplied with the unit. Next are the left and right speaker terminals, and to the right of the speaker terminals are 3 RCA inputs. On the far right is the phono input and the phono ground. Moving on to the front panel, we have illuminated VU meters on the left and a small display button that allows for the backlighting of the VU meters to be turned on and off. The line straight button above the headphone jack allows you to bypass the balance and tone controls, giving the purest sound. With the switch in the out position, the balance and tone controls are bypassed out of the circuit. With the switch pushed in, the controls are engaged, allowing you to adjust the sound to your room and or your ear. Next is the large volume control knob. This is the feel of a high-end volume control with great smooth feel to the touch. The on-off switch, labeled Operation, is on the upper right corner of the unit. The supplied remote does not turn the unit on or off. You must leave the comfort of your listening seat to get it going or to end your listening session. Under the on-off switch is the remote sensor. This allows you to see the remote is working with the amp. On the shelf above the front panel are the selector switch and the bass, treble, and balance adjustments. The input switch allows you to choose M or MC phono from the phono input on the rear panel. Line 1, 2, and 3 are the other selections. Caged like lions in a zoo are the 6 tubes used to make the beautiful sound that emanates from the SQ-N150. The tube complement of 2 ECC83, also known as a 12AX7, and 4 EL84 power output tubes are used. The unit comes set up and ready to play. If you tube roll, you will need a voltmeter to set bias, as the unit does not self-bias. The bulk of the unit's weight comes from the high-quality transformers located on the rear top of the unit. The unit has 2 output transformers and a power transformer. The supplied remote allows you to control volume and has a mute button should you need a moment of silence. I'm sure that you'd like to hit that when you're listening to me, but too bad. Control for the matching Luxman CD player, the DN150, is also on the remote. All these features, top-notch build quality, and premium parts make for a great listening experience and versatility. Up to 4 sources, including a turntable, can be connected. The sound of the SQ-N150 is natural and warm. It also offers very good clarity and detail. Bass is good, maybe not quite as tight as some of the Luxman solid-state amps, but it is warm and a bit on the lush side. Highs are clean and clear and mids seductive. Overall, the presentation is very balanced and easy to listen to for long listening sessions. No fatigue here, just sweet, sweet music. It is the very definition of what to expect from an audiophile tube amp. Sound staging and imaging is very good, placing instruments and vocals in their respective positions as recorded. It was fairly large and deep, and it sounded realistic and solid. You might not expect that to be coming from such a small amp, but the SQ-N150 was surprisingly good at sound staging and imaging. The Luxman SQ-N150 is an ideal integrated amp for someone with efficient speakers and a smallish listening room. It does everything a listener could want and provides functionality far beyond its modest price at $34.95. Whether as a second system or one for a smaller listening system, this Luxman amplifier delivers. It looks as great as it sounds. I highly recommend it. You can get yours at TTVJ Audio by calling us at 406-285-3910 or using the link that's included in the description of this amp. Thank you for watching and listening, and if you have any questions, please also feel free to call us, as it's being right on cue. Thank you.